Last night, Nintendo blessed us with no mention of Breath of the Wild 2, a new dimension in the Kirby series, and now Chris Pratt Super Mario is something you can Google search and results will actually appear. If that's not a phenomenal start, I don't know what you want from me. Welcome to Channel 64 News. I'm your host, Trent Romero, and let's discuss the Nintendo Direct that shattered the internet. And also Hot Wheels Unleashed. This Direct started off with a bang, showing off the new DLC for Monster Hunter Rise, coming out some point in when's it coming out? Coming out summer of 2022. You might be asking yourself, what kind of information did this trailer reveal? Well, did you know that monsters are in this game?
Wait, bro, for real?
Dude, I know, right? Like, I didn't even know! It was pretty much just a 3-minute cutscene. That's it. Yeah, Monster Hunter fans rejoice. Or don't. I don't care. I'm not one of you. And for the next big announcement, we have our very own Angelo Horsecock from the Casual Gaming Department to talk about Super Mario Party. That's not what it is. Mario Party All-Stars. Take it. You take it from me. I don't want it anymore. Go ahead.
Hey, how you doing? It's me, Horsecock, casual gaming expert. My favorite games are FIFA and Clash of Clans while I'm taking a dump. So in this Direct, Nintendo decided to drop more details on Mario Party All-Stars, coming out in like November, I think. And I'm talking 3 more boards were announced for this game. We got Yoshi's Tropical from the first one, Horrorland from the other one, and Woody Woods from the Wait, is it 3rd Mario Party? How many shindigs is this old guy friggin' having? How you gonna have a party without Horsecock? However, I'd say that the game seems like it'll be a pretty good time. A decent party, if you will. I've seen better parties at the shore, but like, you know, Mario's not Jersey made. My only real gripe with the game, though, is that Nintendo decided to go out of their way to give a nice little handy to all the weird 20-somethings that grew up with the N64. As you know, there's no GameCube boards in this Mario Party. Where's Undersea Dream? Where's Pirate Dream? Where's... I can't think of any other ones. Where the hell's EGAD's Garage? Fair Square? Snowflake Lake? Come on, Nin Metagondo. Also, we really calling this game the All-Stars? Hello, the character roster. Where's my boy Wiggly? Alright, where's Monty Mole? Where's my boys Ballyhoo and Big Top? They were classics, everyone loved them. But overall, yeah, I'm still probably gonna buy it. I'm still probably gonna play it. You know, I'll probably play with my niece on a nice Saturday afternoon. I'll rate this game a nice 6 out of 10 Tony Soprano's heads. Take it easy, Trent, back to you.
Very eloquently said, Horsecock. In other news, Hyrule Warriors is receiving an expansion pass. And now on to the Smash announcement. They announced that they'll be having another announcement held on October 5th. Look, at this point, if it's not Goku, Gino, or Sora, I'll be spending the following weeks calling my ex-wife, trying to regain custody of my children. Because at this point, I cannot have Sakurai and Cheryl keeping my babies from me. Next up, we have new fucking Kirby, baby! This was objectively the best reveal of the Nintendo Direct. If, you know, we're not counting Disney's Magical World 2, of course. The game is set to release spring of next year. And let's just say, if you're not asking the Easter Bunny for the new Kirby, you are a cock. And the plot of Kirby and the Forgotten Land features the titular hero Kirby discovering the Z-axis. We can now finally eat food behind us. I don't care. It's gonna be good. F all of you people. As silly as this might sound, we find this new adventure to be rather important, as in over 25 years of existing, Kirby has never explored the Z-axis quite like this before. And I'm not counting Kirby Air Ride, because that was a racer. That's just not, no. I rate this announcement 12 Bronto Birds out of 10. Next up, the Roost is flying its way into Animal Crossing New Horizons. As once again, Nintendo announces another announcement, this time someday in October. I don't understand Nintendo's obsession with giving foreplay to more foreplay. You see, we call that laying on 16 play right there. I'm actually very well versed with the subject. That's why my wife left me. I never put it in. But yes, the Roost is finally making its way back into the Animal Crossing series after popular demand. And overall, I'm just pretty excited to see what this announcement has to hold for us. I really hope they add salmon-colored mailboxes. What is rather noteworthy about this future announcement is that it appears to be an attempt by Nintendo to revive the relevance of Animal Crossing New Horizons. What do you think, viewer? Do you think New Horizons has what it takes to survive in a post-COVID world? Or, who knows, maybe Nintendo gets lucky and we all get f***ed by the Delta version. I don't know. All in all, I'm still very intrigued to see how Nintendo will be reviving this game. Will they try to put the soul back into Animal Crossing similar to its predecessors? Or are they just gonna add, I don't know, purple roofs? I rate this announcement 5 Pietros out of 11. 4 out of 10 is what I rate Mario Super Golf Rush. Nintendo announces the game's second free update available now, introducing 2 new playable characters, Koopa Troopa, Snore, and Ninja.
Let's go!
And also the game will have 2 more free courses. Congratulations, Nintendo. You attempted to pour custard over poop and masking it as chocolate. Overall, I rate this announcement 3 salmon mailboxes out of 10. And now we shall move on to Arthur Lootbox, our very own studio sweetheart, with our Nintendo Online announcement.
Arthur Lootbox here. So basically, Nintendo's third best console is coming to Nintendo Switch Online. Third best after the NES and Game & Watch, of course. Finally! Us retro gaming alphas can finally experience Nintendo 64 goodness on the go. You can expect to experience such classics as Ocarina of Time, the best game ever made, Mario 64, the best game ever made, or Win Back Covert Operations, a game that was made. And if that didn't tickle your fancy enough, there are still more N64 titles on the way, including Pokemon Snap, F-Zero X, and Banjo-Kazooie! And as if this epic announcement wasn't enough, Nintendo just casually reveals that the Sega Genesis will also be on the online services! Oh my freaking god! Finally, I no longer have to deal with the moral conflict of emulating Echo the Dolphin on my personal computer. I personally thought the online section was immaculate overall. However, my only concern is that it appears that the 1999 rare collectathon classic Donkey Kong 64 was left behind by its 5th generation kin.
And speaking of Donkey Kong...
Wait, so I don't get to talk about my extensive thoughts on Chocobo Racing or, how I feel about the combat of Voice of Cards, The Isle of Dragons?
Who? Were we watching the same direct? And speaking of Donkey Kong, no signs of a 3D DK platformer coming out anytime soon, as Nintendo has not made any mention of it. So let's all share a moment of silence and pay our respects to the great ape. The new Super Mario movie coming out holiday 2022, made by Illumination, has the illustrious voice cast of playing the role of Donkey Kong. Thanks for putting the salt on the wound there, Nintendo! Also, we have Chris Pratt as Mario, most famous for his performance in the Lego Movie. We have Charlie Day as Luigi, most notable performance being the Lego Movie. Oscar winner for his tear-jerking performance in the Lego Batman movie, Jack Black voices the role of Bowser. Keegan-Michael Key from the indie darling The Lego Movie voices the role of Toad. And Anya Taylor-Joy. This is the point in Nintendo's announcements that made Direct history. This is by far the most wild Nintendo Direct I think any of us have ever seen. They went from announcing the N64 library being available on Switch Online, as well as the Sega Genesis library being available, to Chris Pratt Mario. Overall, I rate the Super Mario movie announcement 8 Star-Lords out of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Boy, do I sure love shooting the ground. Splatoon 3, more maps, more weapons, more... purple. We got to see more clips of multiplayer, as well as new weapons such as the grapple hook and Bakugan. Finally, Nintendo has been reading my fan mail. There was also a sneak peek of the single-player story, Return of the Mammalians, where the biggest plot point is, hey, there's a cat there. What's that all about? No new updates on the release. However, Nintendo still has this title as a tentative early 2022. And if you're not the biggest Splatoon fan, at least you still have the game soundtrack to look forward to. You just gotta love the sound of kids drowning. And before we reach our final segment for tonight, we have Zippy, our intern, to discuss notable indie titles announced. Zippy.
Deltarune 2.
Thank you, Zippy. Finally, we have Breath of the Where? Not here. Bayonetta 3. The trailer shows off Bayonetta in her brand new look, and this mysterious man holding a sword at the end of the trailer, and this means nothing to me. I've never played a Bayonetta game before. You see, I see a game, I notice there are no colorful characters, and I don't care anymore. No Bayonetta, you're done. However, there is a sexy witch lady, and a demon that sounds like an elephant. Who knows, maybe I'll try it out. The combat looks amazing, I've heard terrific things about Bayonetta, it's got a very dedicated fan base. Could be a fun time. The game will release in, you guessed it, some point in 2022. Overall, I give this announcement 8 signed divorce papers out of 10. Just to summarize how bad crazy this announcement was, we got 2 announcements that announced future announcements. Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, Kirby walking in the 3rd dimension, a highly anticipated Bayonetta 3 coming out, and the shocking Sega Genesis and Nintendo 64 coming to Nintendo Switch Online. Overall, I give this Direct What should I give this direct? 9 laughing Seth Rogans out of 10. It was a lot of fun. The memes were spectacular, and a lot of great and intriguing releases coming out that caught my attention. I am also not biased, even though I made a tweet about this direct that is doing very well. Go follow my Twitter. And that has been our broadcast, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Thank you so much for sticking with us. I hope you stay as toxic as possible online. You spoil everything to your friends. And of course, you have a great summer. This has been Trent Romero, what channel is it? Channel 64 News, signing off.